In this session, we are going to continue about object properties. We will see what are different properties, and also we are going to see what are the values that can be assigned to properties and how many ways are there to access these properties. So first let's understand what are properties. So if you have seen previous video, you will be aware that property is nothing but whenever we are defining object, inside that we will be having name value pairs, and that name it is called as property. So it is nothing but it is an attribute of an object or an aspect of its behavior. Okay, we will see this using example, and these properties can be changed, we can add, and also we can delete. But some properties will be read only. Okay, so you should be aware which properties are read only, and these properties can be added, deleted, and also the value whatever it is assigned to that property can be changed. Previously we have seen example using car, so let's see the same example. I'm just going to compare it with a car, and this is our car, and this car is an object, and for this car we are having properties and methods. Methods we are going to see in next part, but property is nothing but car will be having weight, car will be having colors, car will be having design. Okay, these are the behavior of car, that is characteristics of car. And method, if I just give an example, I have brake, using brake I can just stop the car. Property is nothing but it is the behavior, it is the characteristics of that particular object. Now if I take an example of pen, pen will have the color, pen will have the weight, pen will be having the length. So those are the characteristics of a pen. Now using pen, what I can do, I can write using pen. So that is nothing but that is method, that is I'm going to perform some action. So action are called as methods, and characteristics is called as properties. Now how do we access properties in JavaScript? We can access using dot operator, whatever object we have created, object name dot property name. And this is the simple example. Suppose my data is the object dot and fname is the property. I can access fname property value using this my name dot fname. Then we have this object name, and inside this square bracket we are just going to give this property wrapped inside double quotes, and this will be the basic example. You can see here my data dot fname, here my data, inside the square bracket I am having fname. Then third is using this expression object name. Now this expression, let me just show you. Now this is my property fname, and for this fname I am just assigning a variable called x. Now instead of giving this fname, I am directly giving x. So this is also one way of accessing properties in object. So these are the three ways: dot operator, using the property, and using the expression. Practically we are going to see each one of this. Now adding new properties. Okay, first let's understand the theoretical part. Once you get the basic, then we will go to practical part and understand each of this. So we can add new properties to an existing object by simply giving it a value. Now what I mean by this, suppose I am having one object. As we have already seen, objects are dynamic in nature, which means at runtime we can add multiple values inside that. Okay, that is multiple properties inside that object. So using this one, I can just add the value object name dot the new property whichever I want to add is equal to whatever value I want to assign to that property. I just have to give here. So once I give this line, this new property will be added into our existing object. We will see this practically. And also we can delete the properties. Deleting properties can be done using delete keyword. I can just write here delete object name dot this particular property name. And also I can delete in this way, delete person. Inside this square bracket, I'm just going to give double quotes. I will be giving the property name. We can add the properties in object and also we can delete the properties in object. But when it comes to deleting, you should be aware of these 3 points. When we are deleting property, it is not only going to delete the property, it is going to delete the value as well. Whatever value is assigned to that property, that will also be deleted. Now later if you want to use that property, again you have to add that property inside object and then you can use that property. Now this delete keyword is designed for object properties. Okay, it is not going to affect our variable or functions. It is just going to design for object properties. Now suppose in more complex programs, we will be having predefined JavaScript objects. And for those objects, we cannot use this delete keyword. Once we use this delete keyword on properties, or maybe our entire code or entire program get crashed. So you should be very aware. For simple projects, if you want to delete, you can just use this delete keyword. But for complex programs, if the object is already predefined means which is already present. So for that, if we try to give this delete keyword, the entire code, the entire program gets crashed. Now let's talk about nested objects. Nested object is nothing but the value which is assigned to a property. That value can be an another object. So this is how, this is my object, my data. This is the property. And inside this property, I have given another property. You can see another object. And inside this object, again I am having property and value. Now this can be accessed using 3 ways. This my data dot property, and inside this I am having another object. So again dot property. Now if I want to access using this square brackets, same way dot property, square brackets, and here I will be adding this one. Again directly if I just want to use this one both in square brackets, then also I can do this. Okay, these are the 3 ways. Don't worry if you're not getting this one, how to access, we will see practically. Then we have nested arrays and objects. Inside objects, the property value can be an object, the property value can be a string, the property value can be a number, and also it can be an array. So this is the example. Don't get confused with this example. Once we see practically, we will see how to access this suit values, how to access this name value, that we are going to see. Now let's jump to our VS Code editor and understand about properties in practical. Now I have opened my VS Code editor. Inside this, I'm just going to write one comment, object properties. Here, let me just create one variable, my data. Now for this, I'm just going to create object. First, I will be giving first name. First name, let me just give my name, Kaiser, and it should be separated by comma. We have already seen how to create objects. Last name Khanam, comma, favorite color. Let me just write black. Then, okay, enough. And also one more number, let me just give here, and fav number, and this will be equal to 10. Okay, this is the object I have created. Now first we are going to access using dot operator. I'll be writing console. Inside this object name, my object name is my data dot property name. Here these are the properties, f name, l name, fav color, and fav num. These are the properties and I can access using this one, my data dot property name. I will save this. I will get the result as Kaiser. Now we are going to see second way. Inside this square bracket, now if I just save this one, let me just write here, I will not be getting the result. I will get f name is not defined. So I have to wrap inside double quotes or single quotes. Now I will save this. I will get the result as Kaiser. So now in the same way, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create one variable. Let data is equal to f name. I'm just assigning this property value. This property value I'm just assigning to this data. Now instead of passing this f name, directly I'm just going to pass here data. Now if we have assigned this value to this data variable, then here I don't have to add double quotes. Directly I can pass the variable name. I will save this. I got the result as Kaiser. These are the three ways of accessing properties in object. Now let's talk about adding properties. As I already told you, objects are dynamic in nature, and after the creation of object and at runtime also we can add the properties. Now if I just want to display my data, I will save this. You can see this is my entire object. Now inside this I am having 4 properties. Now I want to add another property, my data dot, let me just write here standard, and inside this I will be writing mtech, btech, bcom, whatever you want. I will save this. Now if I open this one, you can see standard mtech will also be added here. Here I am printing my object. After this I have added this one. Even then I got the result here. You can see inside this object I am having the result mtech. Now this standard property is added in object. Now suppose if I just want to access here, after printing, after this one I have just added this. Now before adding, if I just try to access this standard, I will just write here, I will save this. I will get the result as undefined because till here I have not added this standard. So I will get the result as undefined. We cannot access before adding that one, but we can print the object before adding property. Now same I will copy, below this I will paste, I will get the result. So you should be very careful on this. We cannot access the properties before adding that property inside an object. Now let's talk about delete. I will be writing here delete keyword and I want to delete this FAF color. So my property name, object name is my data dot FAF color. I will save this. Now I will open this one. You can see FAF color is deleted. And if you notice here, this will be arranged in smaller to bigger order. So first I'll have FAF name, F name, L name and standard. Now FAF color is deleted. I'll copy. Okay, you can see first I am printing the object, then I have deleted. Even after that, I will get my object result. FAF color is deleted from here. Okay, this is how we will be deleting. Now next we will see nested objects. Let me just comment this one. I will copy this and inside this I'm just going to paste. Now nested object is nothing but an object property. This property can contain another object. Now here let me just separate by comma. Inside this I'm going to give another object. I will give color 1. Color 1 is nothing but black. Then again I'll separate by comma. Color 2. Color 2, let me just write here orange. Then again I will give color 3. Color 3, let me give here green. I will save this. Now I just want to display this my data. Copy. I will paste. I will save this. You can see inside this object I'm having fav color. Inside this fav color, the value is another object. Then after that, I'm having all these things. Now we have seen we can access using three ways: using dot, using the square bracket property, using expression. Now this also same way we can access. I will come here. Let me just copy this, and here I will be pasting that one. Now instead of this, let me write here L name. I will save this. I got the result as Khanam. Now I want to display fav color. Fav color. I will save this. Inside fav color, this is my entire object. So I will be getting my entire object as the result. Now inside this fav color, I just want to display orange color. So what I will be doing, I will come here. First let me show using dot property. Fav color dot color 2. I will save this. I got the result as orange. Now we can use this square bracket also. I will come. For this, I'm just going to give square brackets. I will save this. I get the result as orange. Now again in the same way, for this also, I can use this square brackets. I will come, and here I will be writing this one. I will save this. I will get the result as orange. Using dot operator, using this property we can access, and finally using expression. Now what I will do, let x is equal to, I'm just giving one variable. I will give fav color. Fav color. Okay, this is same as my property value. Then let y is equal to, now let me just access color 1. Color 1. Now while printing, I will copy this. Here I will be pasting. Now this value is assigned to x, so I will write here x. Now this value is assigned to y, so I will write here y. Now the answer should be black because color 1 I have accessed, and for color 1 I am having the value as black. Okay, this is how we are going to nest object. Object can be having properties, and inside properties we can have another object. Now inside this also we can nest. Now instead of this orange, I can create one more object here. These nested objects are very helpful when you learn about APIs, because in APIs there will be plenty of data which will be nested to each other. So accordingly you have to access the data and you have to display that data. Okay, now we have seen nested objects. Now let's see about nested arrays. I will come here. Let me comment this entire thing. Nested objects, nested arrays and objects. I will come here. I will copy the same example. Let me just write here nested arrays and objects. I will be pasting it here. Now this, let me just remove this double quotes. Double quotes. And here one square bracket and one curly braces should be there. I will close my array, and finally I will close my object. Now I'll save this. Okay, now you can see this is my object, this is my property, and for this color I have given one array. Now inside this array I have given these values. Now what happens in arrays, these values will be accessed using index number. So this is my array, and inside this array, this is the first value, this is the second value, and this is the third value. So first value will be accessed using 0th index number. Then use, this is first index number and this is second index number. So now let's access this first value. So what I will be doing, log. First I will be writing my data dot. I have to access these colors. So I will be writing colors. inside this colors, I want to access this. Okay, this is the 0th value. I just want to access that. So inside this square bracket, I will be writing 0. I will save this. You can see whatever value I am having inside this one, inside this 0, I will be getting the entire result, orange, and this is the array 3. And when I open inside this array, I am having this 3 properties, okay, 3 values, slippers, frock and sari. Now inside this colors, inside this value, I just want to access this frock. So what I will be doing, I will just copy the same thing, and inside this 0 value, I want to access suits. Inside this suit, this is the first value, 0 and 1. So I will be writing here 1. I will save this. Now if I show you the result, you can see I got the result as frog. This is nothing but inside object, we are giving array value. Inside array value, again we are giving the object. And again inside the object, we are passing the array value. So you should always remember, array value can be accessed using index number. An object can be accessed using dot property, using property and using expression. Now here I just want to access pan. I will come down. Now this is the 0, 1, 2. So here I will be writing color 2. So inside color 2, inside suit, this is 0, this is 0. So I will be writing here 0. I will save this. Now I will get the result as panda. Now you just try it for blue color. Okay, I will just count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, if you got it, well and good. If you have not got, no problem. My data dot colors, and inside this, let me just write here 2 dot name. I will save this. I will get the result as white. Okay, directly I'm just going to pass this object without passing anything inside square bracket, because this is the property, this is the value. Okay, this is my object and I am just accessing second value inside array, and inside second array I am just accessing this name. So this will be my result. Now again, if I just want to access this sari, so what I will be doing, color, and this is my 0th index. Okay, let me just access this dupatta. This is my first index. Inside this first index, I am having this suits, and for this dupatta, I am having the index number as 1. So I'll just pass that one. I will save this. I will get the result as dupatta. Okay, this is how we will be accessing the properties inside objects. There are multiple ways. Whichever you feel comfortable, you can use that way of accessing. But according to me, till now I have used only dot property, okay, dot operator. I have not used any expression or any property value to access the values. I have always used this dot operator. It completely depends on the situation, which property, how you have to access the object. But using dot will also give the same result. So I always suggest you to use dot operator to access property value. Okay, this is all about properties in objects. If you practice more, you will learn more. So just keep on practicing, try different ways, nest to different levels and try to access those values. Once you master this, how to access the values, you will be comfortable with nested objects. Okay, next we are going to see about methods in objects.